This is a European meeting. It's very important business is being transacted for Ireland. That's what my focus is here today. As you know, the whole question of the European Facility funds is under discussion this evening. The interest rate set for Ireland under these funds was set some time ago. I'm glad to say we're beginning a discussion this evening about how those interest rates can be improved. And I'm very anxious to participate in that discussion, as you can appreciate.
How do you see the interest rate going? Do you see them agreeing to reduce the margin?
Again, that's not, I think, something that will happen today, but I'm glad to welcome the fact that the discussion is beginning on the facility, on the scope of the facility, the size of the facility, and the appropriate rate for the facility. I think everyone in Ireland must appreciate that these matters are determined by all of the member states. They're not determined in bilateral negotiations. I've already seen reports in Ireland of opposition politicians suggesting they can renegotiate these arrangements. These arrangements can only be changed by hard, unrelenting work here with all of the member states.
Should anything be read into the fact that you're not saying today how you're going to vote?
No, I'm focused on my job today. I think it's very important that everyone appreciates the country's business comes first in all these matters. And the country's business today for me is this meeting. Tomorrow, Fianna Fáil are having their vote. I'm very glad there's a secret ballot. I welcome that. Puts the whole question beyond controversy. But as I said, I'll be making my position clear in advance of the meeting tomorrow.
What do you make of Minister Martin's position?
No, I'm not going to comment on anyone's position. We have procedures in the party. They're being followed. I very much welcome what the Taoiseach has done in giving the parliamentary party a free secret ballot in this matter. I'll be making my own position clear tomorrow.
On the interest rates,
the size and scope of the fund.
I'm sorry?
Reviewing the size of the scope.
Well, again, a number of options have been canvassed in the different papers there. And again, we must ensure that the fund has credibility as a mechanism that stands behind all of the European sovereigns.
How important would it be for Ireland if the rate were to go down? How important would
Look,
it be?
again, this is slow, incremental work. We have important legislation in the Dáil as well, IMF legislation, which I will be introducing in the House in the next fortnight. And that legislation will affect a small reduction in the IMF rate by our adhesion to a certain IMF arrangement. In relation to the European arrangements, they are preset, they are predetermined. They're not something that was negotiated by the government, but clearly in the context of international discussions with our European partners, my intention is to ensure that Ireland gets a better deal, and this is the only way it can be done. It can't be done by unilateral declarations from Dublin. It requires constant, unremitting work here in Brussels to do that.
So you think the deal will be part of an overall package on the size and scope of the facility?
Yes, discussions are beginning on the size and overall scope of the facility, but I don't expect those discussions to terminate today. As we all know in European discussions, they can often take quite a while to conclude. Large number of member states, both in the Eurogroup and of course a larger group again in ECOFIN. I won't be in a position to attend the ECOFIN discussions tomorrow because I have to return and present the terms of the finance bill to the government. There seems great public anxiety in some parts to have this bill finalised as quickly as possible, and naturally I've been working on that bill this morning and last week, and it will be ready for the government in the morning.
Well, how many do you think the fund should be changed? Some ministers
are pushing for €2 trillion altogether in the emergency fund. Is this true?
No, I'm not a party to such an arrangement, all right? I haven't participated in a lobby for that specifically, but again, we'll be making our views known at the meeting. Thank you very much.
Do you expect that this will be something that will happen over the long term? Because a lot of the ministers are saying that, you know, the interest rate you set for one, or the margin you set for one must be the same for the other. So they're tying Ireland to a Greece, which...
Yeah, well, in fact, as you know, Greece sought Irish terms after the Irish arrangement was concluded last autumn. The Greek government then sought to adjust their terms to Ireland because they believed we got more favourable terms than then, and that adjustment was facilitated. But again, further discussions about all of these matters require unanimous European agreement.
Were you in any way disappointed at Micheál Martin's move last night?
No, I'm not discussing that matter here in Brussels. I'm here to deal with Irish national business, and that's what I'm prepared to take interviews on.
However, that you welcome the fact that it's going to be a secret ballot. For what reason?
Because I think it's important that this issue be put beyond doubt. The Taoiseach, I discussed the matter with the Taoiseach. He has indicated to me he has majority support in the party. I think it's very important that all of that is done in a procedure which puts the whole issue addresses the whole issue and puts the issue beyond
Do you
that.
think he has
Listen,
majority
I'm not taking further questions on this subject. I'm here to deal with the European
How
Has he
business.
got
quickly
majority
will you
support?
have the finance bill through?
I'm
How
sorry?
quickly will you have the finance bill
Again,
finalised?
the enactment of the finance bill will take a number of weeks.
Until
Okay. Thank you.
mid-February?
It'll take somewhat longer than that, I would anticipate.
The end of February?
Look, I'm not going to be tied to a date because issues arise in the enactment of any legislation. But again, I have a timetable submitted to the government which is being examined.
Before
Thank you
March.
very much.